Muhlbach-sur-Munster is a picturesque location in eastern France near the border with Germany. It's known for being the birthplace of Johann Carolus, the man responsible for the earliest known newspaper, which he was printing in 1605. It's also home to Monte Impossible, the impossible motorbike hill climb. What it translates to is a motorcycle challenge that is borderline self-destructive in the Haut-Rhin area of Grand Est. Oh wow, now what do we have here? Let's first take a look before we start our banter. Did someone forget to send a memo to this guy? This is a bike climb, not an acrobatics competition where you can go all goofballs with your somersaults. But, well, truth be told, he did go quite far up, so that should mean something. And looks like he's not the only one, because this one here performs almost quite identically. Is mud salty? Okay, so there are some athletes and sports person who will go that extra mile, even if they have to break a few bones. Why not? It's perfectly understandable as it gets the trophy into your hands. The thrill on one side, pain on the other. Okay, so we've had our fill of thrill for now. It's time for our dose of laughters.
This better be good.
This guy was all wheels, no show. Started off with way too much acceleration right at the very beginning, resulting in lots of flying dust and embarrassment. So this one here, we're on the fence about. He really did take it quite slow and steady, making his way right to the top, but he too fell before he could get across. So, is he a winner in your eyes?
Oh yeah.
And can we talk about the times when the rider is all but befallen, but the bike seems to be motivated to make the stretch? No? Here you go. That damn thing looks like it had a mind of its own. This next one here sings much to the same tune.
Not again.
And this next short-lived stunt, plain embarrassing. Enough with the embarrassed buggers, now we want to add one that which we actually found ourselves rooting for. Ah, he covered the whole stretch with so much poise, but the fate he met wasn't so kind. We actually feel bad for this one.
Close one.
And this one had a similar destiny. Reached the top, but never the win. This next entree we're putting in her not because it's more special than others, but what the aftermath can teach us. Looking at just how difficult it is for proper machinery to get the bike off of that demon hill, we get a good idea of how difficult it must be being there, trying to get your bike across the mouth of the devil. All hail bikers. It's always good to be prepared for what awaits you in your path. Like this next rider we have here. He looks like a total strategist, with his movements looking extremely calculated and articulate. Alas, he too bites the dust, although he did make it far up, which goes on to show being prepared does help, but probably not when you dangle yourself as bait in front of the mouth of the devil. Ever face super tough tasks that you considered impossible, but came across someone who accomplished it with great ease?
All the time.
He did it with so much grace and smoothness. For sure deserved that win. Enough winning, our life is too dark for so much positivity. Let's go back to our funny riders, like this one here, whose climb was rather short-lived. Everything that happens from the time wherein he first revs the accelerator, embarrassing. Yeah, we'd lie on there with our face towards the ground too, if our climb ended before it even started, willowing to earth to swallow us whole. Sometimes, hurdles come into our path all of a sudden and change the course of our lives, much like this guy here. Zooming into his face right there when his bike striked the rock hurdling your path, you can see his face being sharply moved into the opposite direction, as if slapped hard by an invisible entity. But to be fair, we really have to give him points for how smoothly he came down the tumultuous hill. Probably the best fall handling after all. Been a while, we need to see a win again, so here you go.
Nice.
He waved that flag at the end like he means it, and who is to say he can't? He did complete and win this hill climb where the majority has failed to, so bragging rights deserved. And let's put this one in here so everyone knows a win is not always a smooth and clean process. Sometimes wins can be tricky and demand dirty boots. And while we're on the topic of messy wins, here is another to show you to never give up until success is achieved. And while those riders bask in their victories, here's a funny bouncy last one to remind you all to be merry and joyful.